today's episode, we're unveiling our top 10 G.I. Joe Classified figures of 2024. And let me tell you, this wasn't easy. Ranking these figures, practically mission impossible. Here's the deal. No top 10 list out there is going to please everyone. That's the fun of it, though. We all have our own favorites, quirks, and opinions that make this community so awesome. So here's your mission, should you choose to accept it. Drop your top 10 in the comments below. Let's be real, these figures aren't just some of the best of 2024, some of them are among the greatest G.I. Joe figures ever released, period. And in a year packed with heavy hitters, you could make a case for a 6 or 7 way tie for the top spot. My number one pick, it's going to shock some of you, and have others nodding along like, yep, that's the one. But here's one thing we can all agree on, G.I. Joe Classified crushed it again in 2024. Our rankings are all about the essentials that make a figure pop. The likeness. Does it truly capture the character's vibe? The accessories. Are they original? How good do they look, feel, and work? Do they level up the figure? The attention to detail. From the head sculpt to the paint job and secondary gear, we're all about the little things that make the figure shine. And finally, the legacy. Will the figure be remembered years from now? Will it stand the test of time? And here's the kicker, legacy might just be the most important one. Fast forward a few years, what figures will we still be talking about? Which ones will remain iconic? The 2024 G.I. Joe Classified series lineup had some stiff competition, with so many standout figures that picking a top one just wasn't easy. And just to be clear, we're only talking about the figures here, not vehicles. And before we dive in, let's cover the honorable mentions and give some love to a few figures that didn't quite make the cut. They brought something unique to the table, but there were 10 figures we felt edged them out for the final spots. Here are the honorable mentions. Once a Man Cobra Commander. This convention exclusive stunned with its eerie design, fantastic packaging, and detailed paint apps. But its niche appeal kept it from ranking higher. The HasLab Dragonfly's Wild Bill brought classic cowboy energy and unmatched style, while Retro Duke delivered nostalgic cartoony perfection for vintage fans. Both were welcome additions, but others simply ranked higher on our scale. Nemesis Immortal stood out as a towering monstrous addition to Cobra's ranks, but had a lot of flaws, and that held it back. Then how about the Action Soldier, which honored G.I. Joe's rich history with a timeless military deluxe set? The Iron Grenadier impressed with its bold design and army building potential. And lastly, Storm Shadow version 2 showcased a unique winter-ready look that has stayed popular with fans for decades, but just didn't land the way that most wanted. Let's reveal the official top 10 figures of 2024 for the G.I. Joe Classified series. Retro Scarlet ranks as the number 10 best figure of 2024, delivering a remarkable upgrade to one of G.I. Joe's most popular characters. This figure excels in articulation with smooth functional hips, double-jointed elbows, and a torso that offers solid movement. What really sets this version apart is the head sculpt, and I definitely prefer this over previous classified versions because this captures Scarlet's fierce personality just right. Scarlet's dual weapon options, an M16 with the scope, and a cartoon-style laser rifle give fans a perfect blend of realism and fantasy. The Retro Scarlet is a standout release, effectively combining nostalgia with modern improvements, making it the best version of Scarlet to date. Next, at number 9 we have Retro Beachhead. This is the embodiment of what makes the G.I. Joe Classified series so captivating. This figure doesn't just revisit a classic character, it redefines him for a new era. Beachhead has always been a fan favorite, but this release elevates him to legendary status. It's not just about nostalgia, it's about how the figure perfectly captures the heart of what made the original so memorable. This Beachhead has charisma and grit, he commands attention. This figure feels alive, brimming with personality and purpose, reminding us why G.I. Joe is more than just toys. So why is Retro Beachhead a top 10 figure of 2024? It's simple. This figure delivers on every level. It's a celebration of the franchise's roots while boldly pushing forward. It's about giving fans what they didn't even know they needed. A definitive version of Beachhead that feels like a love letter to the 1985 character. In a year packed with incredible releases, this one stands tall as a reminder of why we fell in love with G.I. Joe in the first place. If you're enjoying this, hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed. Next, at number 8, Wreckage takes the next spot as one of the best figures of the year, proving that when done right, repaints can rival any original design. A demolitions and jungle warfare expert, Wreckage debuted in 2003 as part of a Tiger Force 5-pack, and he's been elevated in classified form as a repaint of Firefly version 2. The result? One of the coolest Tiger Force figures ever. Wreckage's head sculpt is exceptional, featuring a full mask with a skull-like design and dark shading around his eyes that ramps up his menacing look. This guy doesn't just seem dangerous, he looks like a complete maniac, doubling down on the intense vibe that Night Force Shockwave introduced. The accessories are perfect for Wreckage, mostly consisting of carryovers from Firefly 2.0. Wreckage exemplifies how Hasbro can make replicas feel fresh, delivering a deadly-looking addition to Tiger Force. If you agree with us about Wreckage, let us know in the comments below. Next, at number 7 we have Clutch. He deserves a top spot as one of the best figures of 2024, even though he's often overshadowed by the vamp he comes with. While the vehicle takes the spotlight, Clutch himself is a standout figure, offering a fantastic combination of character, design, and functionality. Based on the Outback figure mold, Clutch sports a wider, more muscular frame that sets him apart from the standard body mold, bringing a unique presence to the line. This figure's head sculpt is one of the best of the year, capturing Clutch's grease monkey persona with impeccable detail, including his dapper hair and facial hair. His accessories are also a highlight, with a wrench, axe, fire extinguisher, shovel, shotgun, and pistol all fitting his mechanic role. Clutch is an absolute gem with new parts that complement his look and personality. He's a character figure, but one that deserves recognition beyond his vehicle pairing, cementing his place as one of 2024's best and one of my favorites in the line overall. Next, Night Force Tunnel Rat earns the number 6 spot of the year. In a word, supreme. This figure stands out as a nearly perfect representation of the character. This redeco of the standard Tunnel Rat takes his already stellar design and enhances it with the darker, stealth-oriented color scheme that's perfect for covert operations. Let's be real about this. It takes a lot of impressing for a redeco to make the top 10. But Night Force Tunnel Rat has achieved the most ideal version of Tunnel Rat that's likely to ever be made. It can be argued that this is the best looking sub-team variant so far as well, and it's no surprise that it's from the Night Force line that it's released one banger after another. This version of Tunnel Rat doesn't just meet expectations, it surpasses every single one of them, delivering a figure that's both highly photogenic and undeniably essential for fans of Night Force. This is Tunnel Rat at his absolute best, and repaint or not, this is hands down one of the top 10 G.I. Joe Classified figures of 2024. Next, Raptor claims the number 5 spot as one of the best G.I. Joe Classified figures of 2024, soaring above expectations with a stunning blend of modernization and eccentric charm. As a deluxe figure, Raptor is a bold reimagining of the vintage character, complete with his signature bird-themed flair and high-tech upgrades. Raptor's most impressive feature is the CM2 Deadless Jetwing Pack, a marvel of engineering and design. These articulated mechanical wings fold in and out, with sculpted feathers at the base for added realism. They can even collapse over his shoulders to form a shield, offering both offense and defense in dramatic poses. This accessory ensures that Raptor is a standout figure. From the birdfoot boots to the flared wing silver belt buckle, Raptor's outfit screams commitment to his bird of prey aesthetic. His slicked back hair and domino mask give him a stern, almost villainous presence. Raptor's attention to detail doesn't stop at his gear. The intricate torso tattoo and upgraded vest modernize the character while honoring his quirky roots. His companion falcon, General Ledger, complete with a falconry hood, adds a humorous nod to Raptor's accountant background. Dynamic, photogenic, and brimming with personality. At number 5, Raptor's G.I. Joe Classified series figure soars as a must-have for Cobra fans and collectors alike. If you're enjoying this, hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed. At number 4, Retro Cobra Commander is a stunning tribute to one of the most notorious villains in pop culture. This figure perfectly captures the ruthless Cobra leader in his most memorable form, styled after his 1982 toy and 1983 cartoon appearance. The striking blue uniform, coupled with the shiny vac metal faceplate, immediately grabs attention. The reflective chrome is a small but brilliant touch that elevates the figure's premium feel and brings the character design to life in a way that previous versions never could. Beyond the retro-style packaging, the figure sculpt is exceptional, with bright blue accents, longer black gloves, and a perfectly intact Cobra logo. Retro Cobra Commander is the definitive version of the character for many fans, and this is unquestionably one of the year's must-have figures. At number 3, Mutt and Junkyard are an absolute powerhouse of a figure and pet combo, delivering a level of detail and storytelling that goes above and beyond what anyone could have ever expected. As individual figures, Mutt is a standout, one of the strongest characters in the entire Classified series. With his grizzled face, battle scars, and a rugged 5 o'clock shadow, Mutt isn't just a soldier, he's a seasoned veteran who's seen it all. His new sculpted parts, from his tactical vest to his gloves and helmet, elevate him to a whole new level. The sculpting is incredibly detailed, with realistic features like the black zipper and Kevlar pads, along with accessories like an M16, nightstick, and bite sleeve. This Mutt is very gritty, and his realistic design reflects the years of experience that he brings to the table. But it's Junkyard that truly shines with his personality and sculpting. This Rottweiler isn't just a pet, he's a character in his own right. Junkyard's two head sculpts capture both friendly and aggressive expressions, giving him much appreciated depth. His removable tactical vest and studded collar add levels of detail, while the sculpting on his body is superb, showcasing the level of care put into his design. Even as an animal companion, Junkyard is a fully realized character who brings so much heart to this set. Together, Mutt and Junkyard form one of the most legendary and beloved duos in G.I. Joe history. Their bond is palpable, and this set exceeds all expectations, blending perfect sculpting, character depth, and incredible attention to detail. They're a must-have for any collector, and they prove that sometimes the best duos are the ones with true heart and soul. Next, at number 2, Big Boa punches his way into the spotlight as a quintessential example of what makes G.I. Joe Classified figures so memorable. Big Boa delivers on all fronts, combining a striking likeness, top-tier character-related accessories, and legacy-defining details that make it unforgettable. He has a likeness that packs a punch. Big Boa perfectly channels the spirit of the classic Cobra trainer. His badass boxer meets 1980s villain aesthetic is spot on, from his imposing helmet with sharper spikes to his superhero or pro wrestling style tights. This figure is a love letter to the original design, highlighted with modern updates that elevate how he appears and how he can easily strike fear into others. While Big Boa doesn't come overloaded with gear, what he does have is meticulously crafted. The alternate unmasked head is not for everyone, but let's remember, this is a bruised and battered masterpiece with a sneering expression. He's not meant to look nice, he's been beat up, and he even features a split upper lip. This guy uses character, embodying a gritty Rocky Gone Bad vibe. The blood-stained hand wraps and articulated boxing gloves are standout details that drive home his tough-as-nails persona. Add in the dumbbells with their hammered metal texture, and you've got a collection of accessories that are just as functional as they are photogenic. From the finely sculpted muscle definition to the snake-like design on his belt, every detail on Big Boa feels purposeful. The 5 o'clock shadow on his alternate head adds a subtle touch of realism, while the sharper spikes and defined panel lines on his harness amplify his menacing presence. It's undeniable that Big Boa looks like a big villain. When we reflect on the G.I. Joe Classified line years from now, Big Boa will undoubtedly be a standout. His larger-than-life design, combined with his unmistakable attitude, ensures his place in the upper echelon of Cobra legends. And above all else, this is hands down one of the most fun figures of the entire year. Big Boa is a trip down memory lane. Muscular, menacing, and dripping with charisma, he's the perfect boss-level fighter and an easy pick for the number 2 figure of 2024. Let us know your thoughts on Big Boa in the comments below. Did you underestimate this guy? Or do you completely disagree with our take? As always, we want your opinions, so drop them down below. And at last, it's our number 1 figure of the year, Road Pig and Rockus, the undisputed champions of 2024 G.I. Joe Classified figures. I'll say it up front, there's going to be some serious opposition to this ranking, but when it comes to defining what makes a G.I. Joe Classified figure truly exceptional, Road Pig and Rockus smash the competition in every category in 2024. This duo doesn't just stand out, they dominate, staking an undeniable claim as the best figure release of 2024, and I'm here for all of it. Let's break down why this Dreadnought powerhouse earned the number 1 spot on the year's top 10 list. First of all, the likeness. This Road Pig is a presence. His imposing stature and intimidating aesthetic scream Dreadnought perfection. Does he look like Road Pig? Absolutely. Does he hold Road Pig's intended size and presence? I would argue he definitely does. This figure is built to impose and intimidate. Mission accomplished. This figure captures the essence of the 1988 icon while amplifying it with modern upgrades. With a brand new 100% unique body mold, Road Pig's hulking physique perfectly matches his persona as a brutal enforcer. Every tattoo adds grit and personality to this already larger-than-life character. Secondly, the accessories. Road Pig's gear is nothing short of legendary. His signature cinderblock hammer and the massive boar-shaped warhammer bring unparalleled personality to the Classified series, while his riot shield, adorned with the words good luck and a fierce hog design, cements his status as a near-unstoppable force. And let's not forget his classic forearm-mounted crossbow and wicked meat hook, both dripping with character. I would argue these aren't even just accessories, they're essential extensions of his savage persona. Without any of these accessories, this is not Road Pig. Let's talk about the attention to detail. 3 distinct head sculpts give Road Pig several options, with a gnarly-looking muzzle mask which fits over 2 of the heads. Whether you're a fan of his polarizing open-mouth look, his terrifying muzzle mask, the jaw-dropping steampunk-inspired barbarian helmet, or his standard head sculpt, each of these options absolutely radiates. The craftsmanship on his spiked armor, skull shoulder pads, and weathered gear is second to none. It's clear that a lot of love and attention to detail went into the planning, designing, sculpting, and painting of Road Pig and Rockus. And these are more than just details, they're storytelling elements that make this figure unforgettable. And even though some won't agree, Road Pig hits more of the marks than any other figure release in 2024. And here's the clincher. Years from now, when fans look back at the Classified series, Road Pig and Rockus will be the figure set that defines 2024. There is no one else like him. He has 4 different looks, which transform him from a brutal dreadnought bully into a scary-looking, barbarian, steampunk, psychopathic final boss that you definitely don't want to battle. From his sheer size and presence to the incredible depth of his accessories, this release is more than just a figure, it's a moment, a milestone, a statement. And then what about the secret weapon, Rockus? He's the other half of this dynamic dreadnought duo, with multiple expressive head sculpts, including a snarling portrait. Rockus is no afterthought. He's an important part of the package, adding even more display options and character depth. Articulated, detailed, and downright intimidating, Rockus might be the ideal sidekick for Road Pig, representing the fierce loyalty and grit of the Dreadnoks. They fight to the death, and Rockus is right in the thick of it with Road Pig. Overall, here is why Road Pig and Rockus deserve the throne. They don't just tick all the boxes, they rewrite the playbook, folks. It's a masterclass in how to blend nostalgia, innovation, and pure comic book personality. From the jaw-dropping design and steps forward to make a better Road Pig, to the unmatched versatility of creating so many different and unique looks, this set has it all. Some people have overlooked Road Pig and Rockus, and that's okay. We all like different things, but make no mistake, Road Pig isn't just the best G.I. Joe Classified figure of 2024, I would argue it's one of the most memorable releases in the first few years of the line. He's not meant to just stand out in your collection, he's built to be a focal point. These figures are what you make of them, and I encourage you to play around with different sources and angles of light with your figures. You might discover a new side to them that you didn't notice before, and it's never too late to change your mind and form new opinions. As the dust of 2024 settles, Road Pig and Rockus rise above all else, cementing their status as the undisputed champions of the year for G.I. Joe Classified. It's a defiant triumph and rebellious swing by Hasbro at making Road Pig a figure to remember. Sure, it's not perfect, but it was even more polarizing and passionately discussed than any other release in 2024. Every accessory, detail, and choice serves a purpose, blending functionality with impressive value. Frankly, I'm just thrilled they nailed it this good, delivering a figure this fun, with gear that's just as impactful as the character himself. Will we see an even better version of Road Pig in the future? The odds are good, and that means it's likely another great figure to come. But until that happens, this Road Pig is here to stay, and for 2024, he's the best of the year. As always, we want your opinions, so sound off in the comments below with your top figure of the year, your top 3, your top 5, or your top 10. We want it all. I can't imagine that anyone has the same list as us, so if you strongly disagree with any of our takes, let us know. Let's just all keep in mind that everyone is entitled to their own opinions. And in the end, the stronger the G.I. Joe Classified series is, the more collectors have to celebrate. And there you have it. You've made it to the end of this episode, and we really appreciate that. Thumbs up down below. And we would love it even more if you take just 1 second of your time. Make sure that down below you are subscribed to the channel. We ask that you do, because that guarantees that we definitely get to see you back here again next time. Thanks for tuning into Viper Island, your one-stop shop for all things G.I. Joe. When there's relevant news, we'll be here to discuss all of it, together with you. Thanks for watching, thanks for supporting, have a great day, and yo Joe!